I said earlier that on the show that that all this second Civil War stuff, all the Freedom Convoy stuff, I think this is just marketing for the Trump's reelection. I think everyone's just going to run to the right on the border. There's like Tim Pool said, this all seems very, I have a quote from Tim Pool here where he says, this all seems very Fort Sumter to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so to that point, I shared a couple with Thomas, but I saw one on Twitter and then I went digging to find them, and that people are screenshotting these posts from these secret like Christian Worker Movement, Texas Patriot Front groups, like these half-ass paramilitaries, and these posts are like, "Hey, if we secede and we win, do I still get Social Security?" Like these.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then I was like, I saw that one and I was like, okay, there's got to be more of these. So I was digging around on Reddit and I found a handful. My favorite one, to the Sumter thing to some degree, was like, hey, flying down from Arkansas, if we start shooting, can I get on a flight back home? Like these guys, they want to do revolution. Like I got work on Tuesday, so if I fly out Friday and I dome a couple Army Reserve boys, because my boss, I'm already in trouble. Like they want to do war, but it has to be the way that you take your Harley to Sturgis. You know what I mean? Like it's just
you bring the war in on a trailer hitched to your SUV.
Exactly.
A little war on the weekend, and then you go back to work as a dentist in Missouri or whatever.
Exactly. Like your wife is like, "What are you doing, honey?" And you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go aim my gun at the cops, but I'll be back on Monday." You know, like
I got stationed at Buc-ee's for the next 2 weeks, so we'll see how that goes.
Well, there's an account. Fedsurrection looms large as Army of God protest convoy heads to the border, and like basically like this thing is already a mess because like I mean they've already like kind of descended into like dueling accusations of being feds.
Yeah.
And it says here, by noon Monday, after a few hours on the road, the convoy had amassed just a few dozen participants, so far predominantly men over the age of 60. The convoy's promoters promised over 700,000 participants. The low numbers could be due in part to conspiracy theories riddling Telegram channels for the convoy. Would-be participants expressing fears that the demonstration could be a psyop or honeypot spearheaded by the federal government and undercover agents with the goal of ensnaring right-wingers into a violent event. I have 3 former associates doing lengthy prison sentences because of the J6 setup, one person wrote in a Telegram channel. I know firsthand, even if they don't have charges they can pin on you, they will make some up. And I mean, it's fun. Yeah, it is fun to imagine. But like, can anyone say with any shred of a doubt that like half of these guys aren't federal informants?
Well, yeah, like the Whitmer plot, January 6th. Like it just slow drips out that like if it wasn't somebody who was 900 years old trying to take an Instagram photo of him like shitting in Nancy Pelosi's trash can, then it was a Fed. You know what I mean? Like the boomer conservative guys that were there because their car dealership was closed for the weekend. And then everybody else was a Fed. Same thing with the Whitmer thing. So I think their fears are not unfounded or whatever. But again, if you want to do war, buddy, you got to be willing to maybe go to jail. I guess, like just a little bit.
This is for you, Thomas. This is from an account on Wired here. It says, almost immediately, one of the vehicles in the convoy got lost. According to messages posted in the Zello walkie-talkie app that the group is using to communicate while on the road. Later, when the convoy linked up to discuss evening plans, the meeting quickly descended into an argument about where they were staying. Even trying to meet up at a gas station was difficult due to the size of a Buc-ee's in South Carolina. Convoy members couldn't locate one another.
That's awesome. Look, we're having a rash in the Beaver Nuggets at this point because they keep getting wind of when we're coming and they shut off the icy machines. So we haven't had anything to drink in days. And so I don't know what we're going to do because I drank all my cherry icy on the way here. And Dan, he saved some of his, but it melted. And now it's just some kind of soda, I think. I don't think it's even an icy anymore.
If this shit spirals out of control, like for real, right? And you get one of those like very stoic like British war correspondents from BBC like in Eagle Pass, and he's like standing there at the board. He's like, I'm here with it's just a mortar shell going off. I'm here with, sir, could you give me your name again? Catfish. I'm here with Catfish. Catfish, you get to explain to me who you're with. I'm with the Buc-ee's Brigade, and as Thomas just let you know, we are rationing our Beaver Nuggets. Morale is low. But I did try to shoulder fire a Stinger missile the other day, and I did dislocate my left shoulder. So I am trying to get home currently. I'd like the war coverage of this would be the most cartoonish thing in the whole world, because it seems like half the people who are doing it are like retirees.
Yeah.
Guys who aren't ready.
You can't fight a war. I mean, look, Israel is currently trying to fight and win a war with like an officer class where the median age is 17. However, like the Freedom Convoy, you can't fight, you can't wage an insurrection against like a military imperial state where the median fighting age is 70.
Right. Yeah.